Hello everyone. Today we have Mr. Yash Singh with us, who is working as a geoscientist in Baker Hughes. So I'll let Yash introduce himself.
Yeah, so thanks, Partha, for giving me this opportunity, and I feel very glad to be here. And it's a privilege to be able to mentor people who when I was in that role, so I needed someone. So it's a good thing that I'm trying to do my best in this. So yeah, regarding my introduction, I'm Yash, and I graduated from University of Petroleum and Energy Studies in Dehradun, and I'm a pass out of class 2018-22 batch, and I'm currently working in Baker Hughes as caseflow geoscientist for the Eastern Hemisphere team. And my main responsibility includes caseflow formation evaluation, production logging, well integrity, and analyzing all those things, and trying to take care of the client's objectives and in the oil and gas industry, and to ensure that we can progress in these things productively and safely as well. So this is like my current role, and this is how it is going on right now.
Awesome. Thanks, Yash. So talking about your role as geoscientist, this feels like a very niche area. So would you like to explain what a geoscientist does?
Well, it depends on a lot of things. I mean, like geoscience is, if we go by the definition, it means the science of Earth. So basically, in my field currently, geoscience, my role is mostly related to, if in layman terms, it is related to analyze what's going on inside Earth in our oil and gas well bores, and how is it related to the reservoir properties. So I would say it's more of like an applied field. If I talk about my specific role, and it actually tries to bridge the gap between several other fields. Like I also work for production engineering, like some parts of it, and some parts of formation evaluation. And my work is also related to the reservoir engineering and all the concepts related to that. So it's more like of a commingled, I would say department, or you can say field. But yeah, it differs from different companies, and the designations, they have different meanings according to the objectives.
And yes, when I saw your form, the thing that struck me the most when looking at your profile was you got a job from campus, then you switched pretty early.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one of the things that I feel people struggle a lot is switching early in career as a fresher. I get a lot of LinkedIn messages about it. I really want to help them, but I think I am myself clueless on how to help them. So can you talk more on that?
Actually, the thing was that during my interview, during my final year in the campus, basically the main thing that we need to understand is that first point is that we need to be persevere in it. For example, we need to ensure that we apply at most of the places where we think our role is justified. For example, even if I was trying to get in, I was trying to get in through campus, but yeah, I applied in almost every position that can happen, like to my interest, and like field engineering. At that point of time, I was always most interested towards reservoir and all that stuff. But yeah, I applied in field engineering as well, and other domains. And I tried my best to apply at as much as many places as possible. And if you remember, that time was the time when COVID was kind of like dying out, but it was still there. It was still prevalent. So yeah, we were facing issues regarding companies for placements and all. So yeah, I would, to be honest, I would also say that it's also a matter of luck. It's not on, yeah, of course, your hard work is a very big thing, but luck also plays a big role. So, I mean, it's more of like a subjective thing. You can only control what you can. So, in my case, I just ensure that I apply as much as possible, and I try to reach out to as many people as possible. Yeah, of course, you message 100 people, 1,000 people on LinkedIn, you get a few replies. And I mean, but you never know how, which one out of it can, create your opportunity. So regarding this particular field, I basically, when I was working in my previous company, so during my camp, I did an intern there, and then I was working as a business analyst there. So I was applying in other companies as well. And my main focus was to get a core job, basically. This is how it works in our culture. So yeah, so when I started working upon it and I started applying as much as possible, started talking to as much as possible, as many people as possible. And I ensured one more thing, that I kept up to date myself regarding my projects, regarding my college projects, regarding lots of things regarding to that. I ensured that I remember them quite well. So yeah, all these things, when you try to give your best in it. So I really believe in this. You might say it's a bit of spiritual thing, but I really believe in it. If you try to give your best in it, something will happen for sure, which you deserve. And yeah, of course, it's a bit tough, and I would say that it might be my luck also in some cases. But yeah, I have failed many interviews as well, and it's necessary to fail if you want to get new things. Yeah. So I mean, that would be a basic approach towards this.
And do you think we can get a bit more into specifics? Like what I say is people from oil and gas, they want to go to a business analyst role. So,
Mhm.
and you did the exactly opposite thing. So, what motivated you, and how did this transition happen? Was it through help from some contacts, or did you apply through some portals?
Yeah, so my interest was, to be honest, my interest was not really related to the business analyst thing. To like in my campus, I was not able to, for unfortunately, I was not able to crack this type of role which I am currently in. Like so it was mostly related to the field engineering and all other stuff. So I was not able to do that. So I kept on applying off campus. So I did not had any contact in Baker. I did not had any referral in Baker. So I just applied off campus to there. They have this program called Early Career Program where you can apply. So fortunately, my grade point was good enough, and so I was given a chance to give the interview. And with the rigorous selection process, they have 4 or 5 rounds of interviews and all that stuff. And after that, I got into this. And basically, it was like they needed a, a person in who has some expertise related to the formation evaluation reservoir engineering part. They were mostly looking for field engineers and one or two people for this. So fortunately, I fitted into that role. So that's why I am trying to say this, that you can apply as much as you want, but please ensure that you keep your expertise intact, basically. And if you want to, I mean, I would also appreciate that you try to learn new things. It's really necessary to do that. And yeah, so basically, and of course, please try to develop referrals. I did not do it at that point of time, but I would suggest that you do. Please try to network as much as possible, and it is very necessary. I mean, you can get through with that also. So yeah, we have to explore. Basically, the thing is explore as many options as possible.
That was insightful. So, if I have to take away key points, I would say there are two things I can take from your journey. The first one is be optimistic, try,
Yeah,
keep on
exactly.
trying, if and
Mhm.
don't be afraid of failure, because if what is the worst that can happen? You won't get that job. Well, if you
Yeah,
don't apply,
exactly.
you're still not getting that job. The
Exactly.
second thing that I feel is GPA matters, because you mentioned, because only because of your high GPA you were considered for an interview, and that led to the future things. So
True.
do focus on your extracurriculars, but make sure you have a decent GPA that can get you through things. The
Yeah,
other
actually,
thing,
I'd just like to add one thing here,
yeah,
that it's just my advice. I mean, I don't expect people to follow this, whosoever is watching. But yeah, please try to, when you're in college, please try to ensure that you're developing yourself, overall. It's not good if you only just, go towards the studies and only go towards developing your CGPA. CGPA is like, you need to develop a threshold. Of course, 8.5 out of 10, very good enough. But yeah, if you only do CGPA, then you might miss on several other things that can impact your performance. Because in interview process, you're also judged on the basis of your communication skills and all other factors. So I was very much towards student clubs and all that stuff. So yeah, I would suggest other people like the current college mates also to please be focused towards that and try to develop an overall holistic development basically.
Yeah, that's some strong advice. And I can personally vouch for it. You should develop holistically. We'll come to
Yeah.
that part, but can you talk a bit more about the interview process in Baker? You said there were multiple rounds, and what uh, made you stand out from others?
Okay, so basically, yeah, of course, after you cross the initial threshold of CGPA, they call you for like in my particular thing, it was a career event selection event where they call some certain amount of people and they will try to basically do 5 6 rounds with all of them. So they will select few people out of them. So I mean it, of course it is different from the on campus stuff, but yeah, it's in off campus it's a bit different. So yeah, in my case, the thing that helped me, there are few pointers that I would like to say. That I first of all went and I researched about Baker Hughes, like first of all, what's the company about and like its history, and I also researched about its values. Every company has certain kind of ethics that they proprietary. Basically, they say that we follow these particular values. So when you try to, where I read it and I tried to accumulate it in my introduction somehow, or in some other rounds, initial rounds of logical aptitude and all. So that was one of the key points that really helped, because it gives them the understanding that the guy is interested in being with us. And other thing is that I researched about like department, what department I want according to my expectations. So I just told in the interview that I would like to be considered for this position, and I ensured that my resume resonates with that particular position. So, for example, if your resume is mostly towards field engineering, and you go towards and you say that I want to be in reservoir department, so that will create a ironical statement. That's an ironical statement, and they might not consider you for that. So please ensure that you create your resume in a way that it resonates with what the with what the opening is, right? And apart from that, yeah, one more thing which was necessary was to develop a good communication skills, and it does not happen overnight or a week. That's why I said that we need to ensure in college that we focus on our overall development, and it also plays a big role in our GD and in our other you know interviews, and in our basic communication skills are extremely necessary for that. Yeah, so basically these are 4 5 things I would believe that might have created the impact.
Great one. And just to clarify, let's assume I am someone who just graduated from university. I have a bachelor's
Mhm.
in petroleum engineering, but no experience, no job. Can I
Mhm.
still apply to this program? And with the suggestions you advised, would I still have a shot at the job?
Yeah, for the thing is that of course you can apply, definitely. But yeah, regarding the surety, that's the thing. Your surety depends on many factors. You know, it depends on the openings that the current company is having, and it depends on whether your resume is resonating or not.
Right.
So all you can do is that's not in your hands, right? So all you can do is that you apply as much as possible in different fields. You consult with your seniors, they will tell you something, right? So try to take all this information and apply as much as possible, and somehow there will be a place where you will fit. And
Right.
sometimes you will realize that okay, might like this job, like job might not be for me. I might have to go for higher studies. Then you will unlock a different path for yourself, and that's even a higher path, right? So it depends on a lot of factors. So there is no definitely no, short path that you can take.
Correct. And coming to your extracurriculars that you were talking about, was being a
Mhm.
part of various societies helpful in building the yash that you are today, or that was more on a not that is useful part?
I would suggest that it depends on people. For example, I was mostly focused towards enhancing my communication skills, and I was focused upon, I was also part of something called editorial committee in my initial first or second year. So my basically my objective was to ensure that I try to develop my communication and writing stuff. Basically, I wanted to be good at that. But I would also suggest people to, because that to if for the benefit of joining these societies, these clubs, are that you get some exposure at the college level. For example, that society will, conduct a guest lecture on particular thing, and they will invite a big personality. Okay, you get to talk to them, you try to talk to them, so you develop something, you understand something about the industry. So that's really necessary in order to, first of all, get a basic understanding of what is oil and gas. To be honest, we don't know in college what is oil and gas. We just know what is, okay, this is reservoir, this is bubble point pressure, this is this, this is that. We just know that. But it is necessary to ensure that we get a practical understanding of what is happening basically, right? So, and apart from that, yeah, my communication skills have definitely bettered a lot with my I used to participate in all those debates and all, even though I rarely won, but I used to participate because I am an introvert myself, so I wanted to get out of my comfort zone, and I wanted to ensure that it helps me. And also, of course, giving lots of interviews also have really helped me in order to develop those skills and try to talk properly. So yeah, these all things definitely have helped me in my journey.
Perfect. And I think, yes, one of the reasons we are meeting is for us to help the younger generation. I think, and I think you would be a very valuable mentor slash resource for people who are currently looking to switch roles early, or people who were not able to bag a campus placement and are looking for for an opportunity. So if
Mhm.
people have to reach out to you, how would you prefer them reaching out to you? And would you be replying them early, or how would you want this to go forward with?
Yeah, for example, like for this, I won't mind if they send me a connection request on LinkedIn and try to talk to me there. And if the conversation gets better, we can exchange them phone numbers as well for a conversation. And yeah, I will definitely reply. Like I can give this as my guarantee that I will reply so as soon as possible, and it's not like that I will try to hamper the progress if someone is trying to contact me, because I know I have been through that process, so I know how it feels. So yeah, it's fine. No, everyone can contact me on LinkedIn, and then they can talk to me there. And yeah, so yeah, it's fine. It's fine by my side. I don't have any issue with it. And regarding, like, if like there is like job change, they want to change the job, I can help them in certain ways, but I can help them till a certain extent only. So yeah, they have to discuss it with me in further details.
And yeah, thanks, Yash. And I'll put Yash's LinkedIn profile in the description. So do feel free to check it out and just message Yash whenever in need. He seems like the person who would help you through and through. And I feel, Yash, thank you so much for joining us, agreeing to do this, sharing your career journey, as well as going forward with the mentorship. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity. Thanks.